I was talking of the Tuareg as an important source of reconstructing the Sultanate period history. So, the people who wrote Tuareg were generally learned men who were either the secretaries, the poets, or the courtiers. And they preferred to live in the cities, and they advised the Sultan on the governance rule. And they wrote for getting rich rewards. Now, when they gave the ideal of governance, that was based on an ideal social life. An ideal social life, according to them, was based on birthright and gender distinction. Now, let me explain it to you more about what is birthright and gender distinction. By birthright, they meant that the people born in high caste families, rich influential families, have more right over governance. And the people born in lower families, in poor families, should not be given this responsibility. As far as gender distinction is concerned, it meant that the females did not have the ability to rule the country, and ruling was actually the appetite, or it was the expertise of the male gender. So, by the birthright and the gender distinction, they tried to clearly frame an ideal social life for the country. One such example where we see gender bias distinction is when Razia Sultana became the empress of the country in 1236 AD. She was in fact much more capable than all her brothers. And this was acknowledged by the famous chronicler of the time, Minaze Siraj. But he was still uncomfortable, as were the other nobles, of having a lady as the sultan, the king, or the empress of the kingdom. So finally, she was murdered in 1240 AD. So that was the result of the gender distinction which was based in that time at the society level. Well, about the sultans, that is the kings that we had in the medieval period, till the 13th century, they had control over only the fortified towns that they lived in. And they seldom controlled the hinterland of the town. So, it was not very powerful kingdom, and they were dependent on many people for controlling the hinterland. Besides, there were other problems, that is, the provinces of Bengal and Sindh, which were far off, even if they were brought under control, it was not easy to retain the control. Another problem was posed by the Mongol invasions, who tried to disrupt the functioning of the Sultanate by attacking and invading the country time and again. Another problem which the Sultanate rulers faced was that the governors rebelled every now and then. They wanted to establish their own independent kingdoms as they had done in the past, and it was not easy for them to understand that now the time had come for a strong central authority, and they have to actually understand that they were under a big, powerful emperor.